Today it finally happened. My insomnia got the better of me and I got about 3 hours of sleep last night. I'm incredibly exhausted, I'm incredibly tired, and I thought what better way is there to fall asleep than listening to some music? I'm going to listen to every single song on this album and then I'm going to rate these songs. Now I know music taste is very diverse, everyone has their favorites, there's no clear right or wrong. That being said, everything I'm going to say from now on is going to be the objective truth. And if you disagree, then let me know in the comments, share it with everyone who disagrees with me, ring the bell to annoy me, and give me the finger. I decided to go with something that I haven't ever listened to before. Maybe that'll help banish these demons of sleep deprivation. So yeah, now it's just you, me, and Billie Eilish. Her album is called When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Well, I hope it's my bedroom, but let's see. I have never listened to a Billie Eilish song ever. I don't even know what her voice sounds like. I don't know what kind of genre her music would belong to. I have no idea. I'm going into this blindly. The first song is called exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now I do give her props for using it 7 times because that's one of my favorite numbers. I have no idea what to expect. Will it be country-esque? Will it be electronic? Is it symphonic metal? Let's see. I'm gonna take a listen real quick. Apparently, that was just the intro to the album. It was just her and it sounded like a friend of hers and they were talking about the album. It was about 7 seconds long. Well, it's pretty avant-garde. I give her props for that. Starting an album like this is nothing that you usually see. And I'm intrigued now. After this, I'm not quite sleepy enough yet to hit the hay, but you know what? I'm gonna give it another shot. Let's listen to the next song. The next song is called Bad Guy. Maybe that'll be the lullaby that finally lets me drift off into gentle sleep. I'm hopeful. Let's see. This was way better than I thought. It's clearly some kind of electronic music, but I like her whisper singing style. It's very soothing, but also very cool. She does it in a very slick way. I'm surprised. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did. The song is very bass heavy, and it's actually kind of soothing in a weird way. It's simultaneously chill and badass. I love it. The ending, although I didn't like as much. I wish the song would have ended a little bit earlier. The end, there's a short breakdown and she practically says, I'm a bad guy, over and over. I think that is overselling the point a little bit. I would have given this song an A because I'm actually super surprised how much I like it and her singing style overall. The ending felt a little bit off for me, so I'm going to give it a B. It's a B song for me, but very nice. Actually, I'm a little bit excited to take a listen to the next song. It's going to be a whole lot of songs, so I can't talk too much about a single one, but this one was pretty awesome. I did like it a lot. Next song is called Xani. I think it's Xani, something like this. I'm excited. The title seems pretty artistic. I'm looking forward to it. You know, she seems pretty avant-garde, so this seems to be in character for her. I have no idea what Xani could be about. Is it about drugs? Is it about her cool grandmother? Let's see. Let's take a listen. After listening, I'm relatively certain that the song is in fact not about her cool grandmother, and I looked it up. I wanted to know, what is a Xani? And apparently it's a kind of sedating medication, which is, yeah, that makes sense. It's very fitting for her artistic style. You know, she's always got her eyes halfway closed. The whisper singing, it seems like her whole shtick is trying to sedate oneself because the emotions are just too much, which, is starting to make me believe that this music is mainly directed towards teenagers. Let's see where this goes. And for the song overall, it seems like it has quite a bunch of artistic directions. This time I actually watched the music video and I couldn't quite focus as much on the song itself. I like her style. The thing is, it's a very intrusive kind of performance. And if you like that kind of style, then you're getting a lot of it, which is nice. But if you dislike that style, I can see how that might come across as annoying for some people. This one had a lot of, I feel like, swing elements to it, electronic elements, of course. It seems to be her main focus. I think this song pretty much establishes her artistic identity, for me at least. Let's see. Let's see where this goes. This song I didn't like as much, to be completely honest. This song I feel like is a C. The next song is called You Should See Me in a Crown. Sounds pretty majestic. Let's see. Maybe this will be the song that gets me to sleep. It wasn't a song that got me to sleep. No, I'm starting to feel like there's some kind of metaphor going on in the title of this album because as of right now, I'm not feeling sleepy at all. In fact, this one was quite interesting. It was a little more up-tempo. It sounded kind of virtual, to phrase it that way. A little bit video gamey even. And there's something I noticed about her singing style. She puts a lot of emphasis on her onsets and her offsets. Typically, she either starts in vocal fry or falsetto, goes into her modal voice, and then ends in falsetto or vocal fry, which is an interesting style. You know, it's distinctive, and distinctive is good. It always depends on whether you like that kind of singing style or not. If you didn't like the first song, I feel like you're probably not going to like the entire album. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's going to belt, maybe she's going to fry scream. I don't know. This is only the second song, but it was okay. I also noticed that she tends to cut her vocals into several different parts to accentuate the beat, which is interesting. At least it was interesting in Bad Guy. Now she's using it again, and I'm a little on guard. I hope she doesn't use the same style in each and every one of her songs, because her singing style is so distinctive that her songs are going to sound the same to someone who doesn't know them yet. I think I'm going to give this song a C also. It's perfectly inoffensive. Didn't get me to sleep though. The next song is called All Good Girls Go to Hell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the song that's finally going to net me some sleep for today. But, let's see. Alright, well, that song, it's a relatively chill sound. It has a little bit of horror house vibes going on. And the beat is, it's okay. I think it's not quite as memorable as the first song on her album, but it was definitely a little bit better than the songs before. I think I'm going to give it a C plus. It was okay. She works a lot with symbolism, and this song you couldn't even call it symbolism. It was too much, just a little bit too much. If I'm being honest, I made the mistake and took a look at the music video, and you could see angel wings and demon wings and gooey stuff, and she's singing about Lucifer. It sounds metal as hell when I talk about it, but believe me, it wasn't metal. it wasn't metal. It seemed to be a song directed towards adolescent young women. So I guess I have to keep in mind that I'm not necessarily the target audience. But I don't give a shit. The song was okay. C+. The next song on this list is called Wish You Were Gay. I'm almost certain the song isn't going to be as funny as I imagine, but let's take a listen. I don't know. I don't know the sexuality of Billie Eilish. Is she a bisexual? Okay, apparently she came out as queer, but she is also, quote, physically attracted to women, but also intimidated by them and their beauty and their presence. It sounds incredibly gaudy. I'm not going to disagree, but yeah, that is quite something. You know what? I'm not going to disagree. Women are beautiful. What are we gonna do? What I listened to right now was an advertisement. I was so confused. I seriously thought that was the Billie Eilish song. Well, now she's trying to make me buy her shampoo. This is getting out of hands. Alright, well, let's listen to the actual song. I just wish you were gay wasn't really as funny as I imagined. There were some somehow funny moments in the song. I felt I was a little bit confused during some sections. There were like sitcom reactions put into that song. Um, that caught me a little bit off guard. The verses, especially the chorus, I feel like the rhyming was just pretty generic. She's got a lot of beat drops again. You know, it's a start of it starts to feel like just some blob of whispering and electronic beats. I don't know, man. She's going to lose me if this is going to continue. But hey, that means that I'm going to fall asleep. So, you know, maybe that was her plan all along. I'm going to give this song a D plus. It's I don't think it's a very good song. It's not terrible, but you know it's a long shot from being a good song. To be completely honest, I don't know what to tell you. The next song is called "When the Party Is Over." Now, given what I know about Billie Eilish, I believe this is going to be a song about hangovers. Let's see. Let's see if I'm correct. Hangover and heartache. This is where I got my money. Let's take a listen. I gotta say, Billie Eilish, you know, she has beautiful vocals. Her singing style is very mesmerizing, and she went into her head voice in this one, and it was very beautiful to listen to it. Honestly, it had a pretty angelic vibe to it. This song, it sounded almost like a church choir at times. This was actually the first one that actually made me a little bit tired. So, props for that. There was a single intermezzo by some electronic voices. I wish that part wasn't in that song, but I think at least that way this song differentiates from all the other, you know, beautiful, slow singing, angelic songs that already exist. So this is pretty much her style, so that is okay. I liked it. I liked it. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to listen to it, but I didn't even listen too much to the lyrics, to be honest, because I felt like the song is very atmospheric, which is something that I'm looking for today. So yeah, I think I'm giving it a B minus. It is totally acceptable. The next song is called 8. Alright, is it also number 8 in the album? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is hilarious. This is the 8th song on the album, and she just called it 8. That already makes this makes her makes her seem sympathetic to me. All right then, that is actually awesome. She seems like a funny person. Let's see how 8 sounds like. You know what I'm starting to notice? I already had this suspicion during the first to second song on this album, but she sounds a lot like, I want to say, Ella Fitzgerald. Speaking from a style perspective, I wonder if she was one of her role models. I knew it! I knew it! That is so interesting. I just researched it, and apparently Ella Fitzgerald, in fact, was a role model for Billie Eilish. I mean, it's Ella Fitzgerald. It's one of the greatest singers that ever existed. I can see why she'd be the role model for probably a whole lot of singers out there. But you can definitely hear it in Billie Eilish's voice. Definitely. Like, I noticed before, her music has a swing vibe to it. And I wasn't quite sure. I'm so proud of myself that I figured this out. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely she does. You can hear it in her intonation. Definitely. Definitely Ella Fitzgerald inspired. And why not? Why not? Both are very talented singers. Now, for the song, it missed the mark a little bit for me. I'm not quite sure what kind of emotion I was supposed to feel while listening to it, but her singing was beautiful. But there was also this pitched up voice. I'm not quite sure if it was another person singing it, maybe a child, maybe she was just changing her voice, maybe it was computer modulated, I'm not quite sure. Together with the strings in the background and have a little bit of tremolo to it, it gave me an almost eerie vibe. It's hard to put in words. I'm so tired, man. On one hand, it sounds pretty soothing, and on the other hand, it has this unhinged element to it. But that describes Billie Eilish as an artist pretty well, I feel like. Her whisper sound could be interpreted as scary, it could be interpreted as soothing, maybe both. Why not? I'm getting kind of fond of Billie Eilish, to be honest. It has this vinyl cracking in the back. It has a little bit of a tremolo in the synths. She's very creative with her vocals, so it's an interesting song. She's very avant-garde, which I actually do like. She could have just made a quote-unquote normal song. Well, congratulations, there are a billion of those already. At least she's doing something creative. C. It's right there in the middle. I wouldn't listen to it again, but yeah, perfectly acceptable. The next song is called My Strange Addiction. Well, that fits right into the picture I have of Billie Eilish thus far. Let's see where this goes. All right, that was amazing. I love that song. It was very original. It was very memorable. I loved her singing style. She was slurring her s's a bit. That was a very nice way of intonation for this kind of song. I liked the phrases. I liked the chorus. It was overall a very good song. I liked the talking too. It was very well edited into the song, so it underlined the beat. It was a very awesome song. I am definitely going to listen to this one in my free time. The next song is Bury a Friend. Well, that sounds incredibly depressing. Let's take a listen. Yeah, again, a little bit too much on the nose with this song. I made the mistake to look at the video again, and my god, her videos are so gaudy. And I say that as a very gaudy person. So I know when something is gaudy. I'm gaudy to the core. But goddamn. I never really saw how tough it is for other people to observe us gaudy people. Jesus. I liked the chorus very much. It was a very nice melody. It was easy to remember. It was sharp. The intonation was very beautiful. Perfect chorus. The verses and the bridge, man, the text is just a little bit too whiny for me. The video, it shows her getting handled by some medical workers. Maybe they had money issues during the production, but she's choosing this mental institution for almost all of her music videos. Like, she really wants to drive the point home. Lots of artists have psychological issues, and it's cool of her to, shine a little bit of light into that aspect. It doesn't get enough attention, I feel like, that I can agree with. I'm glad that the chorus turned out so well, because the last sentence of the chorus is actually the name of the album. So very interesting that she chose this song. Maybe she has dedicated this album to a friend that is no longer alive. I hope that is not the case. But yeah, it's an okay song, but if only the chorus is okay, it needs a little bit more than that. Let's get to C. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Ilo Milo? Elo Milo? Something like this, something like this. I still have no idea what the song is pronounced or what it stands for. It's not even mentioned in the lyrics at any point in the song. But this is the first song that I feel like actually helped me get a little bit sleepy. The beat is quite minimalistic. It has, again, a pretty video gamey vibe to it. It almost reminds me of Rayman 3. I was so ready to shit on the instrumentals, but there's a certain part within the chorus that goes, and I felt like, oh man, that is so lazy. But then she took her vocals and she mixed them exactly in the same staccato style. She didn't sing it; it was obviously edited, and which really helped get the minimalistic vibe across. And then it crossed over from one headphone to the other with a beautiful reverb, and it became almost this very soothing, mellow, atmospheric soundscape. It was amazing. I liked it a lot. This one I can find myself listening to when I am having trouble falling asleep. I liked it. It was cool. It gets a B-. The next song is called Listen Before I Go. This sounds very sentimental again. It sounds sad again. I didn't like the Bury Your Friend song. I think that's what it's called. I already forgot. So let's see if this one is any better. Well, that was a huge nothing burger. D-. The title is so misleading. I wish I would have just went away before listening to it, to be completely honest. In fact, I'm actually getting pretty sleepy now, but not because of its atmospheric vibes like in the song Illuminati or whatever it was called. No, I'm just bored to tears. Next. Speaking of on the noseness, the next song is called I Love You. Well, it's crazy to think that I've never actually listened to a song called I Love You, which seems like it would be one of the first titles to go away in the making of music. It was a nice ballad. There's just something, there's a phenomenon. There are some songs in music history that are very long, and I feel like almost no song really gets to get away with it. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody. Nobody I know would say, they should shorten Bohemian Rhapsody. No, it's perfect the way it is. For a song that is not Bohemian Rhapsody to be 5 minutes long, man, that's a lot of time. It started to lose me after a while, especially like a mellow ballad like this. Maybe that's what she was going for. After all, I started to listen to this album to fall asleep, so maybe I'm complaining about the exact thing that I was actually looking for. Which is so German of me. You really just need to listen to about 2 minutes of the song, unless you want to fall asleep as well, because I'm very close. I'm actually very close to falling asleep at this point. I'd give it a C-. Alright, final song. The final song is called Goodbye. Now let's see. Seems like a fitting name for the final song. Let's take a listen. That was pretty interesting. It was a very fitting song for the final song on the album. It's not a song that I would listen to on my own time. However, it was very atmospheric, basically just accompanied by a bass and a whole bunch of background vocals. The mixing on this one was mesmerizing. I love her intonation again, right in the center of it, and the panning with the background vocals. It was so eclipsing. It was almost kind of hard to make out where the voices all came from and where they were going. Very fascinating from a production standpoint, but overall, I probably wouldn't listen to it again other than when I'm looking for inspiration production-wise, but this one, as a final song on the album, this one seems incredibly fitting. She did a very good job, she and her team, to pick this one as the final song. It gets a C+. And now, for rating the album as a whole. Well, this is my first time listening to Billie Eilish. and I like her style very much. I'd rate the album overall a B. This is a B to me. If it doesn't appall you that it's probably mostly directed towards the adolescent, give it a shot. There's some pretty great songs among them. I'm definitely going to listen to a couple of them in my free time. And I love her singing style as well. I'm definitely, next time I'm going to practice on and off sets, I'm going to learn something from that girl. She's very cool. So I guess from now on you can consider me what are Billie Eilish fans called? Is there a terminology for it? The Billie Islanders, the Eilishers, the chill Billies. You can consider me a proud chill Billy from now on. But yeah, what's your opinion on Billie Eilish? How do you like her style? How do you like her aesthetic? Her songs? I'm curious. I'm definitely going to go to bed now. I'm so flippin' tired. I think you can even see in the background that it got dark while I was recording this video. Well, it's winter. What are you gonna do? Catch you later.